Coming into your Twitter airwaves, it's Vaughn, the Stat Man, and welcome to the Stat Room.com. And before I do a full breakdown of the main slate, I would appreciate it if you guys give me a like and thumbs up to the video. All right, guys, let's get right into it. I don't want to waste a lot of you guys' time. Let's go. All right, Baltimore versus Philly. Jackson hasn't put up big numbers so far. If you look at his numbers real quick, he said, this is not Jackson type numbers. 14, 26, 15, 27, 20. He hasn't had that big 30-point game. Don't like him in this matchup. I think he's a little gimpy. Wentz has actually been good against some of the best talent, so I would take a flyer on Wentz. He's at 19, 22, 23. He's someone you could take a gamble on, but against this Baltimore defense, I think he will struggle. I won't play him, but if you have a lot of balls, you can play him. Next, at the running back position, only running back in this whole slate I love is Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders did absolutely phenomenal last week against Pittsburgh, and that's a top defense. Against Baltimore, that's a better defense, but if I was going to play somebody, I'd play him. I don't like any one of Baltimore running backs, nothing to talk about there. At the wide receiver position, Marquise Hollywood-Brown is okay. Other than that, maybe Miles Boykin, but I don't really like either running backs here. Tight end position, Andrews, not anything else to say there. Defense, of course, the Baltimore Ravens defense. Next, Cincinnati, Indianapolis. This game, I don't like either quarterback. Rivers can't push the ball down the field, so I'm not starting him. Not a lot to say there. The running back position, Indianapolis does running back by committee, so not starting either of them receivers. Don't like mixing, not a lot to say. The wide receiver position, Boyd is going to be on the #1 cornerback, so I think he's going to get shut down. T.Y. Hilton had 10 catches last week. If he gets 10 catches this week, he will shut this slate down. If he gets 10 targets, my apologies, if he gets 10 targets, he will get into the end zone twice and will break the slate if he gets 10 targets again. Other than that, I like Pascal. A.J. Green is on the sideline like, man, I don't want to be here no more, man. They don't even want to play me, man. Why they ain't playing me, man? So I ain't playing A.J. Green. At the tight end position, Mo Ali Cox didn't practice on Wednesday. That's not good for him. Burton, if he plays, I love him. Doyle, at that price point, I love him as well. So I will start Doyle or Burton. Sample, not a fan of him. And if I was going to start a defense, it is the Brown. It is going to be Indianapolis Colts defense. Detroit at Jacksonville is the game against the defenseless teams. I love both of these quarterbacks, but I love Gardner Minshew in this matchup. Gardner Minshew has been on fire. Look at this, guys. 23, 24, 11, 28, 20. Minshew is a must-start with confidence. Stafford, this is the game where I think Stafford can go for a possible 30-burger. He got Galladay back. It's gonna be a shootout, and I expect both of these quarterbacks to ball out. At the running back position, I like Robinson. Not really liking any of Detroit running backs. I think it's going to be more of an air attack from Detroit. Chalk, if he plays, I like him. I love Galladay. I love Marvin Jones. Keelan Cole, I love Keelan Cole as well. And I love Danny Amendola. At the tight end position, I love Hawkinson and O'Shannessy. I think that's his name. O'Shannessy. I like him as well in this matchup. Defense, I don't like either defense. Next, Atlanta, Minnesota. This is a good game. Not really liking Matt Ryan. I don't like anything about Matt Ryan. I like Cousins. When you're talking about the running back position, I like both running backs, Matson, Gurley. I even like this Boone guy. I think Boone's going to get a few touches. I like him in this matchup. And wide receivers, I love Ridley. I love Thielen, Jefferson. Zacchaeus, I like him as well. And that is it. From the tight end position, I do like Hurst, don't like Randolph, and that's it. If I was going to pick a defense, I would say Minnesota, but I wouldn't pick either defense in this matchup. Neither defense has lived up to standards. The New York Giants home against Washington. This is a game where I like Daniel Jones over Kyle Allen. Kyle Allen, I call him check down Allen. He throws the ball to the running backs. So with that being said, start the Washington running backs. Since he likes to be check down Charlie, I do like Gibson and McKinzick. McKinzick has gotten 20 targets over the past 3 games, so if he gets to the end zone, that would be big. Freeman had a big game last week. This is another week where you can give Freeman a shot. I think he should be decent again this week. At the wide receiver position, McLaurin is one of the best wide receivers in the league. I don't care who he's playing against. I will play McLaurin. Shepard is on IR. Slayton, I don't know about this matchup. Tate, don't know about this matchup. And that is probably it. At the tight end position, there's only one choice here, and that's Ingram. He got into the end zone last week and still got you less than 10 fantasy points. Defense here, if I had to pick one, I will go with the home team. I will go with the Giants. All right, next game on the slate. You got Chicago at Carolina. This game, I like both quarterbacks. Bridgewater has been balling. He's been earning his contract. I love Bridgewater if you look at his numbers. Bridgewater 23, 27, 14, 14, 19. He has some excellent pass catchers, and if he gets McCaffrey back, I love him even more because McCaffrey can easily get a screen pass and take it to the house. Next, Nick Foles is at home. I like him. I mean, I don't like him to start because he's only going to get you about 15 fantasy points because he typically throws to one guy, and that's going to be Allen Robinson. Now, if McCaffrey comes back off of IR, he's a must start. Mike Davis, if McCaffrey don't play, he's a must start. Montgomery, not really feeling him. You could take a flyer on him. If you look at his numbers, he had 2 good games, 1 average game, 2 subpar games. So you could take a flyer on David Montgomery. He would be a GPP play for me, and he would be a play where I'm just I'm going to stick him in there and just pray for the best, basically. Now, at the wide receiver position, Allen Robinson is, I don't understand why they won't pay the man. Get that man his money. 31, 26, 19. But if you see a trend, he's going downward. So is this the game he gives you a stinker? I doubt it. I love Robinson. I love Anderson, not feeling more. I like Miller, and that is about it. At the tight end position from this matchup, I love Graham. And if I had to pick a defense in this matchup, it would be the Chicago Bears defense. Okay, next game. Houston and Tennessee. I believe Tennessee is going to have a letdown. They're coming off of a massive, massive win over the undefeated Bills. I think Watson is going to light them up. Romeo Crennel is a better coach. He actually puts his players in position to succeed, unlike Bill O'Brien. I think that Deshaun Watson will be a top 5 fantasy quarterback this week. I think Tannehill will have a decent game because this is a team that they just don't guard anything well. So this could be a shootout, guys. This could be a game that's going to go overlooked, but it could be a definite shootout. I like both quarterbacks in this matchup. At the running back position, I love both running backs, Henry and Johnson. Not a lot to say other than that. At the wide receiver position, I like Fuller, Cooks, and I also love Corey Davis. I even like, I don't like Stills, but I like this Raymond guy. He's somebody who is like a sneaky play for me. Like if you want to go to a contrarian pick, he would be somebody I would think about. Jonnu Smith and Fells are both in play for me this weekend. I love both of these guys, and if I was going to pick a defense, I will go with Houston. I know it's a surprise, but if anybody I think is going to have a letdown, I think it's going to be the Titans. All right, next on the slate, let's go to Cleveland at Pittsburgh. I love Roethlisberger. He owns Cleveland. I don't like Baker Mayfield any week. I like Connor and Hunt. Both of those guys are must starts. Not a lot to say there. The wide receiver position, this is going to be a wide receiver game. I like all the receivers in this game. I don't think Claypool gets you 40 again this week. I think he gets you more like 10. Other than that, that's about it. At the tight end position, I love both tight ends. I love Ebron, Hooper, and a sneaky tight end this week is Vance McDonald. At some point, he's going to get into the end zone. If I had to pick a defense in this matchup, I would definitely pick Pittsburgh because Baker Mayfield is prone to throwing interceptions and he's prone to fumble the ball. I don't think Big Ben fumbles at home or throws any interceptions. All right, let's go to the next game on the slate. That is Denver at New England. I don't like anything Denver has to offer because New England at home, when Bill Belichick has a week to prepare, you're in trouble. If he has 2 weeks to prepare, you're in double trouble. Cam Newton is chomping at the bit. He's sitting out like, oh, y'all gonna take advantage of my team while I'm on the bench? Wait till I get in here. I'm gonna slap the meat out somebody's taco this week. I love Cam Newton this week. He is one of my favorite plays of the week. I think Cam Newton's gonna come out and he's gonna ball out. He's gonna take it back. He's gonna party like it's 1999. Love Cam Newton in this matchup. Other than that, Drew Lock might come back this week. I don't care, Drew Lock. Drew Lock is gonna be on lock because the Patriots are gonna shut him down. Next, at the running back position, Gordon is just getting too many touches to ignore him. If you look at his volume, look at his 25 touches, 2 in the receiving game. When a guy's getting 27 touches in the game, I have to take a chance on him. New England's backfield will give you an ulcer trying to pick which one of these guys is going to have the week. I wouldn't even take that chance. At the wide receiver position, I love Edelman. Judy is going to get shut down. Don't love him. I do love Harry, and I do love Patrick. At the tight end position, the guy who I do love is Font. I think Font is going to get every ball because you're not going to throw the ball against New England, against their cornerbacks. So it will be a tight end. In the defense, I would definitely pick New England over Denver. But Denver doesn't let you run the ball, so that could be something to think about. The Jets at Miami. This is a game that is very interesting. I love Fitzpatrick. Joe Flacco is the person that I like in this matchup, guys. A lot of people are not going to even consider Joe Flacco. And let's look at him last week, guys. He had a lot of drop balls, guys. A lot of drop balls. And he still gave you 13 fantasy points. He get a couple more passes being caught. Flacco would have got you 20 points. I think Flacco is in line to get you a 22-point game this week. I really think that's possible for Flacco. They got rid of the cancer, which was Le'Veon Bell, who they released, which they should have been released. You can't keep going online talking about the people who pay you your money. Le'Veon Bell, are you that stupid? Come on now. Be quiet and go to the coach, say it to his face. Don't say it on social media when they cutting your check. So they rather would pay the man $6 million to sit home. So I love Gats in this matchup. I don't like any of the Jets running backs. But Frank Gore, man, I don't know what Frank Gore is eating, but whatever he's eating, guys, you need to go find out what he's eating because he will be 75 years old and he'll still get goal line carries. This man is a machine. He'll never retire. He's gonna be playing football and commentating at the same time. That's how bad this boy is as far as with his diet. Next, at the receiver position, I love Devontae Parker, Crowder. Williams is hit or miss. If Perryman comes back, Perryman is going to be a beast if he comes back. And other than that, that's about it for this. At the tight end position, love Gesicki, love Herndon. If you know anything about Joe Flacco when he was with the Ravens, he loves the tight end position. Now, he had one game under his belt so far. He has one game under his belt. And Herndon had a big drop. If Herndon would have caught that ball, he would still be running to this day. I think he's going to be on fire this week. I think Herndon gets you more than 10 fantasy points this week. I would start him with confidence this week, ladies and gentlemen. And he only costs $3,200. So if he doesn't do anything, who cares? What if he gets you 6 points? Doesn't matter. You can get a higher end running back. So either way, he's going to help you. He's going to get you at least 5 fantasy points. And if I had to pick a defense here, I would go with Miami. But I don't like either one of these defenses. But if I had to pick one, it would be Miami. But I don't like either defense. All right, next on the slate is last but not least, the game of the week, the Green Bay Packers versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And these two players remind me of Michael Jordan. I remember when Michael Jordan said that he does not believe in having bad games because he knows some kid is watching them for the first time. I believe Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady takes that same mantra. And Aaron Rodgers is my pick for MVP. I think he's going to ball out again this week. I think he's going to give you at least 25 points. Brady, I think, gets 3 touchdowns. I think he jumps one over the goal line, that little sneak run play that Brady always do. I think he does one of those this week. At the running back position, I love Aaron Jones, even though he was outsnapped by his running mate Williams last week. And I think Fournette's going to outsnap Jones and have the bigger day. At wide receiver, I love all the wide receivers in this game. I like Adams, I like Evans, I like Godwin. I don't like Scantling. I like Miller, and that is it. At the tight end position, I love Tonyan. He sounds like somebody would be on the Game of Thrones, don't he? But I love this guy, Tonyan. I think he's going to ball out. I think Gronkowski gets in the end zone this week. And if I had to pick a defense, I would say none. All right, guys, so that's it, guys. If you made it this far, please hit the like button. Please subscribe, because that's how my channel grows, and this is not the same channel. So that's it, guys. So I am on to this week. So, guys, don't forget to win-win. That means give people what they want so you can get what you want. And, guys, don't forget to think in ink. That means write it down so that way it can come true. Good hunting all week.